Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. I have my dark academia mug. It's very cute, love it. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. We have a fun little video going on today. So, Your Paper Quest reached out to me and they asked me if I wanted to work with them to talk about their subscription box, and I said of course because it's a really interesting idea and company and I think it's really cool. So I'm gonna do an unboxing, but I wanted to share a little bit about it with you. So I got this in the mail, Coffee with Katie, very fun. And the company is Your Paper Quest, and it says an adventure lies just beyond. And kind of their whole thing is that they work with indie authors, which is amazing and super cool. They send you 2 books every month, also really great. And they're self-published books, they're indie books, which is super cool because I know for indie authors, it can be a little bit of a struggle to get your books out there unless you want to use like Amazon, which is not everybody's favorite platform. And I think it's really cool that they're working to support indie authors and putting their works out there and like giving them a chance. I think that's just really cool. And that's kind of why I wanted to work with them. I think it's a really good idea. So you get 2 self-published books a month. But what's kind of interesting also about this is that the theme and the genre change all the time. So they change them every month. And they try to focus on stories that are more accessible rather than a favorite genre, which I think is unique and interesting, right? Because I have like a lot of fantasy book subscriptions, but I do think it's a good idea to have a subscription box that is a lot of genres and it interchanges genres. That way it's more accessible for people that don't want fantasy, for example, or they don't want fantasy every single month. So I do think that's interesting and different and fun to like not know what kind of genre or book you're gonna get each month, both books, I guess. I think that's fun, and I think that will be very attractive to people that want to try all types of genres and kind of figure out what works for them, what doesn't. I really, really like that, and obviously they're vetting these indie authors and their works and giving them a shot. I think there's also like a little bit of like bookish trinkets, bookish like items in here, but I haven't opened it, so you'll see for the first time what I'm seeing. But I believe there's also like some extras in here. And as a subscriber, they give you an invitation to join their book club, which lets you interact and meet other subscribers and ask questions for the authors, which I believe go into the author interviews, or they choose the most popular questions to go into the author interviews. And they do monthly interviews with the authors of the books, which is really cool because you get to know the authors of the books that you're reading and also kind of what their deal is, like why they're in indie publishing, what kind of story they had in mind, the genre they write in, etc. Which is cool because it's like a more personalized experience of getting to like really interact with the author. But I asked questions about that because I was curious how it would work. I was like, how are you interviewing these authors? How are you interacting with the authors? Like, how is that working? And they were saying that they do like a YouTube channel where they put up the videos. So they do these author interviews and they post them directly to their YouTube channel, but they take the questions from the subscribers, which I think is really cool. I really loved that idea, and I was very, that idea is attractive to me. I thought that was really fun, and I really enjoy that you get to interact with the authors and you get to see all of this play out. I really like that, and I think that makes this box a little bit different than a lot of the others. I know some bigger boxes will do kind of like interactions and lives and stuff, but I like that a lot of the questions are coming directly from the subscribers beforehand, and then you get to watch it. I just think it's cool. They also offer monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly based subscriptions. So it gives you some flexibility, and they are also UK based, but they just expanded to the US. So if you're in the US or the UK, you can subscribe to them, which is great. And it's amazing because again, they're working with indie authors. So I feel like it's easier if you're working with bigger authors to do that, but they're not. And they're only $25 a month for 2 indie published books. So I think the price point is there. It's amazing. I love that they're supporting indie authors. That's why I wanted to work with them, honestly, is I think that's really awesome, and it gives people a chance to get their work out there. And I know that if I was an indie author, I would really appreciate it, and I would want my work to be appreciated and sent out there. So I think it's a really cool company. Obviously, I haven't opened their product and we're gonna unbox it today, but kind of wanted to give you a little bit of rundown of what we're getting into before we do. And Ryan was really cool when I was chatting with him about working with them, and they decided that they were gonna give me a code for a discount for any of you guys that wanted to subscribe for your first month. So when you subscribe for your first month, you can use my discount code, and this is for UK and US subscribers. And you use my code, you can get 20% off your first month by using Katie20, and I'll have all of that linked down below if you want to, if it's intriguing to you. That's just for you to have a little bit of a discount. I know I use discount codes all the time. So if you want it, there you go. But that's kind of all of the shopkeeping details we need to go over. So let's go ahead and unbox this. This was their most recent, so I believe this was August's. I think it'll tell me and I'll let you know, but very excited. I like that it says your story awaits and has Coffee with Katie on it, my YouTube name. I'm not going to show you my address, obviously, but it's from Paper Quest. It says, thank you for your support. Very fun. So let's just go ahead and open this up. Ooh, some papery things. All right, so it comes with your Paper Quest Uncovering New Dimensions, and I guess it's going to go through the books and other stuff. So let me set that aside for a minute. I also see this. It's a little flyer, I guess. It says Novel Bookstore. We create one-of-a-kind goods for bookish people. The quaintest book mimicry. That's so cute. The world's first pretend bookstore. And it's a coupon code. It says, be sure to use the code YPQ20 for 20% off your order. So I guess they make tiny little things that look like books. That's pretty cute. And then we have this piece of paper that says, extra, extra. We've worked with a lot of amazing authors and want to let you know when they release new books. Okay, and they talk about their indie author they worked with in March of 2024. They got to feature one of their books, and they're saying that they're releasing another book called Bumped Off. That's really cool. So they're not only like working with them once, they're also promoting other works they've done. So that's really awesome. And then let's see what this says. Your Paper Quest September box. Oh, it is September. Oh my gosh, look at that. September box is finally here. Summer is slowly coming to an end. The trees are changing color, the nights are getting longer, and we thought you could use some escapism. Here are 2 indie books we love featuring the crossing of dimensions. Okay, let me go ahead and get them out then, and then we'll continue. Okay, the first one I pulled out that looks fun is, oh my gosh, Duckett and Dyer for Hire, a novel by G.M. Nair. This is an interesting cover. Oh, it's got a little, your Paper Quest bookmark. Oh, with a little quote from him from this book or from the author. The hamburger released an angry yowl and peeled off, retreating into the depths of the forest whence it came. That sounds hilarious. And this is like a little note like from the author, I think. That's really cool. And it has a little like embossed sticker that says, your Paper Quest, endorsed by us, chosen for you. This is cute. And then the next book, I'm going to talk about them each, but let me get the next book out. And the next one is Casual Business with Fairies. Ooh, by J.W. Judge. I really like this cover. It's very fun. Not all fairy tales end with happily ever after. This is so fun. Okay, and I got another Your Paper Quest bookmark with a quote from this book, I believe, and it says, jealousy must always wait in the wings because it pounces and pricks at the slightest provocation. Oh, I'm pretty excited. This is so fun. I really like indie authors too. Okay, so we got these 2, and then this kind of breaks it down a little bit, so let me see what it says. Casual Business with Fairies, a legal thriller, that's awesome, featuring nefarious tooth fairies entangling a contract lawyer who's down on his luck. If you thought fairies were tricky to deal with in most stories, wait until they need you to draft them some legal documentation. A great blend of genres with the mystique you'd expect of a book with fairies in the title. That sounds really funny. I really like that. That's so cute. And then the next one, Duckett and Dyer, a tongue-in-cheek detective novel that takes our titular duo on a journey through time and space. This is a book that both declines to take itself seriously and simultaneously manages to lead several emotional haymakers. We've wanted to feature this book since day one. That's so great. I think I will really enjoy a funny novel, and it's a detective novel. They're both kind of like a legal thriller and a detective novel. That's kind of up my alley because they also have like fantasy elements, it sounds like. That one straight up has fantasy like on the book. I'm assuming this is as well because there's a lot of creatures on here. Potentially sci-fi-y, monster-y. These sound really funny and really fun. I'm very curious to read. So those are the 2 books, and then it goes on to talk about a little bit of the papers we had already. So it says, this month we have the joy of partnering with the Novel Bookstore, home of the world's first ever book wallets. That's what they are. That's so cool. Exactly what you imagine. They're miniature wallets fashioned in the style of the classics. That's why this one was like The Hobbit. That's so cool! And now I keep my cards in a tiny copy of Dante's Inferno. Fantastic. We wanted to share a promo code for their store. Awesome. So yeah, if you use this code YPQ20, you get 20% off your order. Yeah, and it talks about how to link to the virtual book club to ask the questions you want to ask the authors, which is really fun. You can also follow them on social media, so go ahead and check them out, give them a follow, see if it's something you're interested in. They're under the same name, Your Paper Quest, and it says keep up to date with our day-to-day on Twitter and enjoy our interviews with the authors on YouTube, and I've also looked at their Instagram page. That is very fun. So that is it for the unboxing, but I really enjoyed it. The books sound really good. You never know what you're gonna get with book boxes and indie authors. I love indie authors, you just don't know though, right? So I didn't know if some of them would sound kind of up my alley, if it would be more of a stretch, if it would be like a rom-com. I have no idea. They sound really funny, really unique. I've never heard of them, which is great. So I'm looking forward to delving into them when I get a chance. Go ahead and check out Your Paper Quest. I will have them linked down below, as I said in the description. But if you have any questions or want to chat more about it, let me know. And which of these books you would want me to read first to get my thoughts on them. Thank you so much for watching, but that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.